If you've ever found yourself staring at a massive project plan, you know that sinking feeling. You're just wondering, is this thing any good? Is it even possible? Well, today, we're going to crack open the professional's toolbox for answering exactly that question. We are diving deep into the three big frameworks for schedule quality: DCMA, GAO, and AACE.
Right, let's just start here, because this is the question, isn't it? It's the one every single project manager, planner, and stakeholder loses sleep over. You're looking at a Gantt chart with thousands of lines, and you just need to know, can we actually trust this plan? Is it for real?
And look, when we're talking about the huge, multi-billion-dollar projects that shape our world, this isn't just some academic thought exercise. The integrity of that schedule, it can be the one thing that separates an on-time, on-budget success from a complete, catastrophic failure. That's why having a solid, agreed-upon standard for what good looks like is absolutely critical.
So how did the industry even begin to get its arms around a problem this big? Well, it all started with a simple but powerful idea. We needed to create a shared vocabulary, a consistent way to even talk about what a quality schedule is supposed to be.
And for the better part of 2 decades, one standard in particular really became the industry's Rosetta Stone for this stuff. It gave the entire profession a common language, a baseline to measure against. It honestly changed the game for everyone involved.
But, things don't stand still. As projects got more and more complex, it became pretty obvious that one tool, no matter how great it was, just couldn't solve every single problem. The modern PRO's toolbox is way bigger, so let's open it up and meet the 3 essential frameworks you'll find inside today.
First up, the famous one we've been talking about, the Defense Contract Management Agency's 14-point assessment, or DCMA. The best way to think about this is like a diagnostic wrench for your car's engine. It's not a manual for how to build the engine from scratch. It's a quick, objective health check to see if it's running right. Now, the biggest trap here is thinking that a pass means your project is guaranteed to succeed. It's not. It just means your engine isn't obviously broken today.
Okay, next up, we've got the Government Accountability Office's Schedule Assessment Guide, or GAO. Now, if DCMA is that diagnostic wrench, the GAO guide is the full, comprehensive blueprint for the entire car. Seriously, the whole thing. And the #1 takeaway from GAO is that a schedule can't be an island. It has to be credibly, traceably integrated with cost and risk to be worth anything at all.
And rounding out our toolbox is AACE. That's the Association for the Advancement of Cost Engineering's recommended practices. Now, this one's a little different. It's not a single test or a blueprint. It's more like the professional rulebook. It gives you those high-level guidelines for how to structure your processes, how to classify different schedules, and how to write clear, solid contract specs.
So we have a wrench, a blueprint, and a rulebook. Now, what's really fascinating is that these things don't actually compete with each other. They're all designed to be complementary, to be used for different jobs. Let's put them side by side and you'll see exactly what I mean.
All right, this table really lays it all out. Let's walk through it together. First, just look at the scope. See how DCMA is a purely tactical check? It's a snapshot. GAO, on the other hand, is strategic. It covers the whole project lifecycle. And ACE is even broader, providing industry-wide standards. Now, their strengths. DCMA is all about speed and objectivity. You get a quick pass or fail. GAO's strength is that it's just incredibly thorough. And ACE is great because it can apply to any industry. But that all leads to the limitations, right? DCMA's pass-fail can feel like a black box. It doesn't tell you why you failed. GAO is so comprehensive, it can be really complex to implement. And ACE standards are so broad that you need a lot of professional judgment to apply them right. Let's dig into that scope difference for a second, because it's so important. A DCMA check is like taking a quick snapshot in time. It's a tactical audit of your schedule's health, right now. GAO, in contrast, is taking the wide-angle, panoramic photo. It covers the entire strategic life cycle of the schedule, from the first napkin sketch all the way to project closeout.
And their whole approach is totally different, too. DCMA is famously binary. It's got these clear pass or fail thresholds. It's black and white. You're either in or you're out. GAO, on the other hand, is all principles-based. It's built around 10 interconnected best practices that all work together to make sure a schedule is comprehensive, well-built, credible, and controlled.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how does all this actually work in the real world? If you're a planner trying to get stuff done, what does this mean for you? Let's turn this into a super practical guide. So here's the deal. The key is knowing which tool to pull out of the box and when. You're going to use DCMA when you need that fast health check, or when you're running automated compliance tests. You'll reach for the GAO guide when you're building a full-blown integrated master schedule that has to be rock solid and tied to cost and risk. And you're going to rely on AACE when you're at the very beginning of a project, writing the schedule specs for a contract, or at the very end, dealing with claims or forensic analysis.
All right. This brings us to a really important, forward-looking question. These tools have been amazing for the industry. They really have. But the world they were built for? Well, it's changing at an absolutely unbelievable speed.
You have to remember that foundational DCMA framework, it was first introduced around 2005. And as our source material puts it so perfectly, a lot has changed since 2005. Honestly, that might be the understatement of the century in project management.
I mean, just think about what a modern project looks like today. We have deeply integrated cost, risk, and schedule systems all talking to each other. We're not doing monthly updates anymore. We're talking weekly or even continuous real-time updates. We're working in these crazy complex ecosystems with dozens of contractors. And, of course, the elephant in the room, AI-enabled analytics are completely changing what's even possible.
And this is the central tension we're all facing right now. Our projects and the technology we use have just evolved light years ahead. But the core benchmark we use to measure what good looks like has stayed pretty much the same. So the question is that old standard still enough?
So, what could a modern, updated framework actually look at? Well, the suggestion is we need to look beyond those original 14 points. Think about things like measuring schedule trend stability. Is our plan getting more predictable over time or less? What about the discipline of our data updates? We could even analyze our forecasting behavior to spot systemic optimism bias. Are we constantly promising things we can't actually deliver? And the big one, how ready is our schedule to even be used by the powerful AI tools that are coming online?
Now, the goal here isn't to throw DCMA away, not at all. It's to build on its incredibly solid foundation. So we're going to leave you with the same big, provocative question that the source material poses to the entire project controls community. Would the profession benefit from an updated and extended version of the standard that has served us so well for so long? What do you think the future of schedule quality should really look like?